back by popular demand. Anyways, we are almost done with this Pain Remains tour, so I figured let's go over some of the gear that I use pretty much on every tour. So yeah, let's get into it. We'll start from beginning to end. It makes the most sense. So besides the first start being my fingers, the next is my pick. So we got these from InTune guitar picks. They are basically a Jazz 3. It's kind of similar to what I used to use, which is this Jazz 3 Tortex. It's just a 1.14 Dunlop Jazz 3 Tortex, and this is basically, as you can see, pretty much the same thing. A little bit bigger, but it's basically a Jazz 3. My symbol and just my title, World's Best Boss, in case anyone wondered. From there, from the pick, goes to strings. Since this is also the most pivotal question I get literally every day of my life, I might as well answer it, but I'll have to answer it again. These are the string gauges we use. We use this Diodario set, the 10 to 59. We say 59, and we get this single 68. So it is a 10, 13, 17, 26, 36, 46, and 68. Now please, leave me the alone about the string gauge. Your riffs will still suck, or they will be good without the string gauge. Please. But this is what I've been using. There's no science to it. It's just what I've been using for the past, I don't know, 10 years or so. So that's that. There's no reason for it. I'm sure there's a reason that I came up with years ago, but I've just been sticking to it now for that long.
That works best for you.
That works best for me, I think. So guitars, let's just start from beginning to end. This is the first ever Ibanez guitar they sent me. So special thank you to Tyler and everyone at Ibanez. This is just an Ibanez Prestige RGD. Pretty much stock minus the pickups. These are Bareknuckle Ragnaroks. I've been using Ragnaroks for about 5 years now. I've had them in my 6-string, and then I love the way they sounded, so I put them in my 7-string. So basically, if you bought this guitar, the only thing that's different is I swapped out these pickups, so you should too. Otherwise, I don't have another answer for that.
Otherwise, good luck.
Yes, otherwise, best of luck to you. The string gauge may help, potentially. Theoretically, yeah, in a vacuum, theoretically, in theory, in passing. But yeah, this is just a Ibanez Prestige RGD. It's amazing. It's the best guitar they ever made in the history of guitars. So I liked it so much that I said, I don't want another one because I think, I'm gonna be honest, I think a plain black guitar is just pretty boring. We've seen it before, right? Like, we just see dark guitars in our boat. You know, we get it. So I add a little spice to my life. So what I did is I went to Tyler and I said, hey, I love this guitar. I don't want two of the same. He said, you can get a refinish. So basically what this is that same guitar with this color, which is a yellow burst into pink. Same pickups, they're just gold instead of the other black looking ones. Same Bareknuckle Ragnarok. It's literally the same exact guitar, except the finish is different. Literally the same thing. So again, the best guitar Ibanez has made. It also has a headstock, which is cool, since guitars don't come with headstocks these days. Floating bridge, which is nice. Has my strap, which is practical for playing live. Yes, it definitely is a necessity. And to the guy that told me, do I play anything else other than this piece of yellow guitar? You can go and this is a rare gem. I don't really use it because I don't really let my hair down a little bit. This is a Ibanez Xiphos. I don't really use it because I don't know why. I used it in a music video. It was awesome, and it stabbed me in the stomach. So I was like, that's not really practical. Yeah, maybe that's why it did stab me. So, but it is sick. I feel like whenever I feel like I want to just like bust this out, I will. I do play it from time to time. Definitely more so at home, but I always bring that just in case. And these have bare knuckle aftermath. So this is my first time using something that's not a Ragnarok. They sound awesome. They're just a lot more high output than the Ragnaroks, but they're still pretty sick. They're a bare knuckle pickup, so they're all gonna sound amazing. So I've been using bare knuckle for, like I said, 5 years now, and they haven't done me wrong. So that's my guitars. Those are my guitars. We can go to the next in the chain, which is my Kemper. I've had This one's mine. I gotta let people know, Papadilla, that's, you know, it's the cost to be the boss. This Kemper, I've had it since 2017. It's a powered Kemper. It sounds amazing. My profile of it is, nope, did I turn it off? Okay. It is a Fortin Meshuggah. I got this from Brody from Rivers of Nile, so special thank you to Brody for giving me the Fortin Meshuggah profile. It sounds awesome. I do love that head. I just don't have the money to afford one, so I just have a profile of it, which is basically the same thing. I use three patch changes. This is my rhythm. It's called Dick F***ing Ass, in case you're wondering. It's also under Bada Bing for all those soprano fans out there, all those other Italian Americans. Show them a heritage. And then I have 2 other patch changes, just 2 different lead tones. One is my solo tone, which is under Shredache, because it is a headache to play, and you gotta be a freak boss to play it. And then it's just money lead. This is all my like leads, like chorus leads and stuff like that. It's basically kind of very similar, just the amount of delay and reverb is a lot more on this one than say my solo one. It has a little bit less reverb, a little bit less delay, and probably a little bit more high end to it. But yeah, I just swapped between these 3. And how I swap between them is this Focusrite. The only reason why we have it is do MIDI patch changes, so we don't need to run a pedal board. This MIDI cable goes into the computer and goes from the Kemper into here, and this goes into the computer, and it changes all of my patches, so I can just play guitar and not have to think about changing patches, and it just goes between these 3. That's all you need. You just need 3. Outside of that, oh yeah, our wireless. We got this Shure Axion wireless. I don't know why Andrew and Mokes are flashing, but that's good because I'm not. So yeah, this is a great instrument wireless. It is, I had no problems with it. It feels amazing. I played literally before in the middle of the room. Super stoked about that. We've had other ones that kind of were a pain in the ass. So this one is really, really great. So stoked to have this. Don't know what's going on, why there's a flashing, but I don't care because I'm not either one of them. Oh, and then from that, we have our whole in-ear rig. So this is our monitor world. We have an Allen Heath D-Live. These are all of our tracks come out and go into our ears. Well, they actually just go into these Shure PSM 1000s. So these are also just as amazing. Super quiet. I think other ears I've used have a lot of noise. So sometimes getting off stage, your ears are just ringing. These are super quiet, at least for me, to my ears. They're super quiet. They sound really, really great. They're super crystal clear. Rob does a good job. Thankful for that because I used to have to mix them and I don't know what I'm doing. Still don't know what I'm doing. So thank you to Rob for mixing our ears and making them sound great. And then outside of that, it goes into our laptop. This is probably the most pivotal thing outside of guitars. This is probably the most pivotal thing. This is the band laptop that has all of the tracks, all the stems that go to our ears and everything else like that. So if we lost this, we probably couldn't play a show or we wouldn't want to play a show. And yeah, I think that's really about it. Welcome to Guitar World. This is just the madness that I kind of stand in before we play for about 10 minutes. And then, yeah, there's nothing else I can really show you that's really cool. It's kind of boring. Cab, oh yeah, speaking of which, completely forgot about this. Good call. Even though we're using a Kemper that goes direct out into monitor worlds, we also still use cabs on stage. I know it's like a dying art form. Cabs are awesome, especially since these are all powered Kempers. You can power a cab. So our cabs are off hidden behind these trusses. And we have just a classic Mesa 4x12. It's on its side. Twan said that, so I'm gonna go with it because Twan, who does front of house, said put it on its side. It sounds better. So that's why it's on its side. There's no other reason for that other than Twan said it. He must know best or whatever. But yeah, we mic up the cabs as well, so it just gives that nice oomph. And yeah, there's a cable that goes into it, so you know it's working. It also says I'm a real boy because we have dummy cabs, and sometimes you don't know which one's a dummy and which one's a real one. This is a real cab, and we still use real cabs. Guitar still comes out of the cabs. I do like the sound of it. I like the feeling of it on stage. You can still feel it and hear it, and it's really nice. So yeah, and that still goes to my ears, it goes front of house. So even though you can't see it, it's still there. It's just hidden behind all this other stuff. Sometimes even hidden behind the backdrop. You know, one of those Harry Houdini tricks of the trade, if you will. This is Guitar World. Yeah, now we're living in it. Now that's it.
That's it.
So if you don't like my gear, you can go f yourself. And if you do like my gear, thank you.
Perfect.